All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or Chachodash. That belong to our apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone who teach, guide, and rule well. Greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you. Hopefully, like out there, Shalom unto you. Your brush Quad here with a quick video. And I just want to read over the parable of the prodigal son. In the NLT, GNT. I'm going to read it, which it says the lost son. Okay, and it's always a good read, and these things tie into certain significance. Basically, when your family members go away from you, because they don't understand what you believe in, that if it's in that regard, if it's in the regard of us coming back to the Most High, as the elect coming back to the Most High, and ultimately the whole nation coming back to the Most High. Okay, as well as, I have my own personal significance in it as well. All right, so I'll start at verse 11 here. This is Luke chapter 15, verse 11, right? It says, the lost son, it says, Yahweh Shai went on to say, there was once a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to him, Father, give me my share of the property now. So the man divided his property between his 2 sons, right? Talking about the inheritance, right? After a few days, the younger son sold his part of the property and left home with the money. He went to a country far away where he wasted his money in reckless living, right? He spent everything he had. Then a severe famine spread over that country, and he was left without a thing. So he went to work for one of the citizens of that country, who sent him out to his farm to take care of the pigs. He wished he could fill himself with the bean pods the pigs ate, but no one gave him anything to eat. At last, he came to his senses and said, all my father's hired workers have more than they can eat, and here am I about to starve. I will give up and go to my father and say, Father, I have sinned against the Most High and against you. I am no longer fit to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired workers. So he got up and started back to his father. Quote, it says, he was still a long way from home when his father saw him. His heart filled with pity, and he ran, threw his arms around his son, and kissed him. Father, the son said, I have sinned against the Most High and against you. I am no longer fit to be called your son. But the father called to his servants. Hurry, he said, bring the best robe and put it on him. Bring a ring on his finger and shoes on his feet. Then go and get the prize calf and kill it, and let us celebrate with a feast. For this son of mine was dead, but now he is alive. He was lost, but now he has been found. And so the feast began. All right, so I'm going to pause at this moment, right? And when you think about how this goes, you pretty much have to, as a father, you have to let your children move on in life. And you have to trust that you've raised them to a certain level to be able to do, to I don't want to say survive, but to be productive, to be responsible to some degree. Okay, does that mean that your duties as a father is over? No. They never really end from every parenting perspective. Well, the Most High feels the same way. That's why when we get the second covenant, what he's going to do is just institute all his wisdom into us. Okay? He's going to just give it all to us. When we're perfect, and he can only but bless us. Okay, so he won't have to worry about us run off and with riotous living and harlots and so on and so forth till we're wasted and lose all our money and down in the dumps. Okay? And as a hard father would do, he didn't say, well, you can come back, but yeah, I'm going to treat you like one of my hired servants, which would have been fair. Okay? And so the Most High is the same way, as it's going to get to. He still came back and gave him the honor of being his son. I now have my son back with me. Okay? He was gone. Lost, dead, who knows where he's at or what was going on. Okay? And this wasn't the age of cell phones and social media where you can just log on. Oh, he's been logging in. He said, hey, Dad, and that's it. You know, it's not like that no more. When somebody left home, they were gone. All right? Now, this is where the story gets really interesting for me. Right? Verse 25. In the meantime, the older son was out on the field on his way back, and he came close to the house and heard the music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him, what's going on? The answer was, your brother has come back home, the servant answered, and your father has killed the prize calf because he got him back safe and sound. The older brother was so angry that he would not go into the house, so his father came out and begged him to come in. But he spoke back to his father, look, at all these years I have worked for you like a slave, and I have never disobeyed your orders. What have you given me? Not even a goat for me to have a feast with my friends. But this son of yours wasted all your property on prostitutes, and when he comes back home, you kill the prize calf for him? My son, the father answered, you are always here with me, and everything I have is yours. Okay? But we had to celebrate and be happy because your brother was dead, but now he is alive. He was lost, but now he has been found. Okay? And this is a beautiful parable, one of my favorites, because you got to understand, coming back to the Most High is just that way, man. Okay? Everybody may not like that the Israelites are coming back to the Father, but we're back, man. Starting with the elect. Okay? And the other nations who want to believe that they're up next, you know, whether it's through Allah or whomever or Jesus or whatever, any of that, okay? You can be upset all you want. He can be mad all he wants. He's trying to fulfill his birthright. It's just like Cain having a bad attitude about the offering that he gave, because he didn't have the same respect for the offering he gave as Abel had for the honor that Abel was given for the offering that he gave. Okay, these things start to play into in this scenario, but you have to see it as us coming back is going to be a wonderful thing, and it's worth celebrating over. Okay, but not yet. Okay, that's what the kingdom of heaven's all about. And no different when your children leave home, or they don't want to live with you because of your beliefs or whatever the case may be, or the living situation or whatever the case may be. But eventually, they'll come back. Okay? Whether it be on this side or in the kingdom of heaven, when they come back, they'll understand and they'll rejoice with you. And those around that see you just offer them in, with open arms, they should understand, hey man, we got our family back. Okay? Even when watching the Star Wars series, the 4, 5, and 6 particularly, when Luke returned to Darth Vader was like, hey, join me and we will rule the galaxy as father and son. Even though you work for the Rebel Alliance and I work for the dark side, it's okay. We'll overthrow the emperor, and we'll rule as father and son. I thought that was an amazing deal, really. Well, this is a different situation where the Most High, we have to rejoice when Jake wakes up, man. Whether we like Jake or not, whether they wake up at the 11th hour or whatever the case may be. This is a scenario that we have to rejoice over. And you've had time with these people, with these family members that may shun you and whatever, and they may not be happy with you because you don't go to the same excess of riot and, speaking evil of you and so on and so forth from 1 Peter, the 4th chapter. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that this is the necessary situation that the Most High has set up for us. Okay? And when Jake returns, when they find, it said they will in the 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, they will know it after death by pain. And in that moment, they'll understand. And in the kingdom of heaven, they'll rejoice when they see you. Like, dang, they may have some shame because they persecuted you. That's self-shame. But at the same time, hey, man, we're not going to be mad at you. We just tried to tell you and it wasn't for you. But now, hey, you here, bro. We're here. Let's celebrate. Okay? So I always, from time to time, like to read over this. But, particularly, I have a son that's that is around. And when he does good, he does bad, or whatever the case may be, this is always something good for me to remember. Not to be mad at him for when he does things that, that I don't approve of or doesn't live the way that I approve of. But if he comes back, you think I'm not going to rejoice? Now, are you back to where I can now teach you again? Now you're back to where your ear is open. Now, and I'm not going to come in, well, get to work, slave. I'm not going to treat you like that, okay? These things are set up this way so the Most High can instruct us not only in prophecy and situational things, but also in how to deal in our daily lives as well. Yahushua gave a lot of examples how to deal in our daily lives. So when you and a brother fall out and y'all don't see eye to eye on certain terms, by the time you guys come back together, hey, you gonna be mad or you gonna rejoice that y'all back together, okay? And be able to put certain things aside, okay? But those things have to be reconciled, and you saw the reconciliation was in the son that left in the first place, okay? He realized, like, dang, I'm jacked up. I should have stuck to where I was at. I was doing good, okay? And you have to rejoice in that, okay? So these scriptures aren't. It says the scriptures say the things are written aforetime are written for our learning. So these things written before us are for us to learn. It's not always written for prophecy's sake. It's not always written as the history of what it is, but to be able to apply these situations to ourselves and to our daily life. Okay, in the situations that we find ourselves in. Okay, you telling me that if you fell out with a brother, while things is good now, but then all hell breaks loose and we're in the middle of Jacob trouble, and then you run into this brother again, you saying y'all not gonna be on good terms? If you chop it up a few minutes, you're gonna be happy to see a familiar face, and you're gonna chop it up with him a few minutes. You're not gonna be happy if y'all still on good terms. But beyond the and he followed the protocol. Man, Salakia, bro, my fault. I was tripping. I shouldn't have done that, man. I shouldn't have been so hard on you, blah, 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 blah. No different, man. Okay? So these things are in here written for our learning. So I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Al-Shabbat, Hashem, Ruach double honor to our apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you. Hopefully elect out there. Until the next one. Shalom.